Hi, my name is Casey Donner. I am trained and certified to analyze the quality of compost by counting the type and number of organisms in it. I am a volunteer at We Compost too and an AmeriCorps fellow. Today, I'm going to be analyzing the amount of bacteria found in 3 different types of composting systems for Paloma, and I'm just going to walk you through how I do that. And it's going to take some time, so we'll have to be patient. Okay, so the first thing you might want to know is, what do bacteria look like? You'll be looking for them under the microscope. Bacteria mostly look like a bunch of little dots. As you can see here, we'll be looking for circular-like figures. Now, there's other shapes of bacteria. Hopefully, we won't be seeing them. If we see anything that's squiggly and wiggly and moves like a snake or spins around like a corkscrew, those are generally disease causers, or anything that looks like a comma. We'll probably find more of these, but that doesn't matter. We're mostly just wanting to know how much bacteria is in there. So how do we count the bacteria? So I take a slide. Got my slide here. That's where we put our sample when we're looking under the microscope. We put 1 drop of sample and then we cover it with a cover slip. Oh man. Oh, here you go. You can see. So you're seeing a picture of the cover slip on the screen. I will view 5 different parts of the screen and count how many bacteria I see. Now, we're counting very diluted samples. We should actually make our sample first. To make a sample, we will take some clean water and add it to our test tube. We're going to do 1 divided by 15 times 15 times 15 dilution. So 15 times 15 is 225. 225 times 15. I don't know what that is yet, but that's the dilution we're going to do. So I first start by filling my test tube with almost 15 milliliters of water. I'll probably go to about 14, maybe 13.5. And I have to fill it. You fill it until the bottom of the smiley face of the water touches the mark. Okay, so we're at 13.5 right now. The next step is to add sample. So we took samples from different compost, and the sample's in a very large bag. It's a very large sample for the amount we're going to use, because we're just going to use 1 gram of sample. So I take 1 little piece from different parts of the bag. Something like that. Put it in. .5 milliliters. I just fill it with enough sample for the test tube to read 14.5 milliliters. I take from at least 5 different parts of the bag so that I get a representative sample. What if I only took from 1 part of the bag? Maybe it was a part of the bag that didn't fully represent the sample. So we do 5 tries. Get in there, Crumb. Yep, that was it. Okay, now we're at 14 point, wait. We're 1 milliliter higher than we were. 10, 11, 12. Oh, we were at 12.5. Now we're at 13.5. Whoops. That was an error in words. Okay. So now that we're at 13.5 milliliters, add a little bit more. There we go. We're right at the 15 mark. And we need a nice little lid. Wiping off top. Nice clean lid. Put it on tight. Okay, and now we just shake the sample in a 90 degrees. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. After mixing that sample, now I have to dilute it because there's going to be way too much bacteria in there. I'm going to fill all the way up to 14 milliliters. Right at the meniscus, where the meniscus hits the bottom or the top of the 14 milliliter mark. Okay. I use my calibrated pipette where I made sure 1 milliliter was exactly 20 drops. And I take that clean calibrated pipette and then I go up and then I go down and up again just to make sure I have all the organisms. And I'm only going to put in, well, I guess 20. Perfect. Then put the rest back. Okay, so that was 1 milliliter of sample. I know, because 1 milliliter is 20 drops. Okay, so now that we have our diluted sample, 1 over 15 times 15, because this was a 1 to 15 sample, dilute it again. Okay, the top of the meniscus is at the bottom of the meniscus is at the top of the 14 line. Okay, now we're gonna clean our pipette. Could put it in the dirty side, rinse it. I know you can't see what's going on, but at least you know that we're working with clean pipette. Now the pipette's clean. Okay. Up and down and up again and add 20 drops. Perfect. And wow, this test tube is very accurate because it was exactly at the top, the bottom of the meniscus, at the top of the line, the 15 milliliter. Here's our dilution, okay? And then here's the one we don't need. Okay. So now that we have this, we can take 1 drop of this and we can clean this again. And clean it, rinse it. Okay, shake it off. Okay, we will take 1 drop of this and put it on our slide. Okay, now might have to do this a couple times because a lot of times I make mistakes. Let's see. Okay, I hold the dropper exactly vertical. Drop her down. 1. Got it. Put the rest back where it got it. Okay. Now I can take my cover slip and put that on the slide. Nice. I cannot pick that up to show you, so you'll just have to kind of see that it's there. Okay, so now we did put the sample on the slide. That was a lot, right? Now here's the next part. Okay, cut along. Okay, so now the sample on the slide. Okay, now I need to share my screen. So let's share screen and open tube view. Okay, so Now you get to see what's on the microscope. So we have to first, what is that big black forest? I'm just gonna move this a little bit. Maybe I can't. Oh, I think it's just, I think there's supposed to be a ruler here and we don't see it. But we don't need the ruler luckily because we're not measuring filaments, we're measuring bacteria. Okay, so the first step is focus in. Trying to see what you see so it looks focused. I'd say I like to focus in on the dots. That's what I try to focus on. So which dots should we focus on? That's a great question. And we have a little bit of bubbles, but we don't want to focus on the bubbles. We want to focus on the dots. So I think those dots are the good dots. What does that even mean? Okay, so that's the first step. Whoa! Oh man, forgot to close my iris. Okay, let's make sure we still. Okay, let's go all the way up. We gotta try that again. Okay, focus on some dots here. Okay, cool. Move to the next. We're going up in magnification. We were at 40 total X, now we're going to 100X total magnification. Okay. Move around a little bit. These are the types of things we should be seeing pretty well if we focus the lens. Okay, great. Now, at this point, I have to see when you use a microscope, it's not just like ready to use, not this kind anyway. You have to kind of play with it and work with it. Okay, so here, now I'm just shadowing. So I have something on my, right below my lens right now. See, it's a piece of clear plastic with an edge. And I'm making sure it's very clear. Then I'll be able to see the bacteria very clearly if I can see this edge very clearly. It's just a little piece of plastic. Okay. So I have shadowed and I have focused my condenser, and now I'm going to bring down the shadow. Close down the iris. We see a little bit of marbling, but that's okay. If I just pull this down, you'll see less marbles. There we go. Less marbling, and that should be about right. So I'm not seeing a heck of a lot of bacteria at this magnification because you actually see the bacteria at 40 or 400x. Okay, so we see that thing on the right is probably a microfiber. This is a piece of plastic. And that thing in the middle is just a scratch. But the other thing you're seeing in the middle, that is probably, might be bacteria. Here's bacteria. Here's bacteria. Here's bacteria. Here's bacteria. So bacteria are little dots. Those are definitely, maybe the other thing is not. It looks like it's moving though, so it must be. Or there might be a little dot moving something. Okay. So luckily I diluted the sample pretty good. Like really good actually. Thank goodness. We're not gonna have much to count. It's not a heck of a lot of bacteria in here. Let's see, maybe I'll shadow down a little bit. There's some. It's probably in layers. I don't want to get distracted by other things. Oh, like bubbles. But do you see as I focus through the layers, you see little dots sparkling in and out. So that means, oh wow. That means there's bacteria throughout the depths of the bubble. There's a stack of bacteria right here. There's a bunch of different microbes right there, just stacked together. Bacteria aren't that interesting to look at, but that's what you're seeing here, okay? So now we have our sample, it's on the slide, we focused in on the microscope. Now we can do our counts. Oh, and yeah, you'll see bacteria moving, but mostly you see the water moving because it's still kind of settling out because I just put the sample down. I'm actually surprised it's still moving right now. Also, if you see any wiggle side to side, that's because I'm sitting right by the microscope. See, look, as I move, the bacteria is moving with me because I'm leaning on the table. But bacteria does move, but it doesn't move that much. Okay, so we will do our 5-die pattern that I showed you earlier. So and what you do when you're taking a sample, you don't exactly look where you're going to count. You just kind of find a spot that's the middle and you say, okay, that's my spot. Then you look at your screen and you say, okay, focus in and focus out. Now, another thing I do is it's really hard for me to count an entire screen. So I usually count part of a screen, but actually there's so little bacteria and they're all moving around. Gosh. Okay. That we might do the full screen. Let's see. I think that might be too many. Okay, so we'll start about here. There's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, wow, there's a lot at the end. Yeah, see, that's tough. How many bacteria did you count? Let's go back. One, 2, each dot counts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, those might be. Did I count these two? 18, 19? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Did I already count that one? 28, 29. Okay, I counted 29 that time. Those are just dust. Let's go again. Let's make sure we're right. Were those dust? That's not. Okay, yeah, they're not moving. If they're not moving, then they're probably dust. I keep going back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Wow. That's how it is with bacteria. And the cool thing is, even when you're kind of off, it's not that big of a deal because there's so many of them that when you count 29 versus 35 for the same area, it ends up being so close in the standard deviation because you're on this whole, in the first sample, the undiluted sample that was really brown, there's way more than this. And so the number ends up being very similar. Okay, so what did you think the average was for all those counts? How many did you count? And that's 1 of 5, so we have to do it again. So let's go to the next section. Now focus back, and then we'll focus forward. Okay, here we go. It's coming up. We're focusing in. What? This looks like dust. This is right before I go into the sample. It's like focusing on the piece of glass. Oh, oh, okay. I saw one over here. Okay, 1, 2. Whoa, wait. Was that one? The dust? I think this might. I think that's 1. 1, 2. That one's definitely moving. 3. Ooh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, I'm gonna go with my second count, 19. What did you get? Okay. So let me focus in again. That's my dusty piece of glass, apparently. And here we're focusing into the layers of that sample, 1 drop thick. And this is how thick it is. Okay, 1, definitely, that one's moving. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I think that was just 1. So 13, 14, 15. I don't know if I counted them all. So let's go back. We'll try again. Okay, we definitely have 1, 2, 3, 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's a little rod. See that rod? Okay, that was tough. What'd you get? Here we go. Another bacterial count. Am I going the right way? think I'm going the wrong way. Okay. See anything moving? Not yet. Oh, that is definitely a rod. Right there, that's moving. That's moving. 1, 2. I mean, these look like bacteria, but they look like dust to me. Okay, so see how these are shaking? Those are what we count. But I think that 1 was moving. I don't know why. 1. Okay, so we'll count that rod, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I already count those? Huh. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I see. 34, a little rod. Okay. Now we'll go back. Bacterial counts on a full screen are tough. I usually will do them in very small sections and a little bit slower than this. This looks like a squiggly, but it's you'll see it, but it's actually just a scratch. Has a scratch on the screen. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, at least 19. Where were we? Okay. Was that it? Was there only 19 or did I miss some? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, I think maybe I missed some that last time. It's a challenge, I'll tell you what. Okay. Next one. Oh, this is the last one, isn't it? This will be number 5. We just count them a couple times just to like say, just to get our eyes practicing. Okay, so let's get started. Is this one moving? Not yet. And is it more of a circle shape? Like this. It's like a little circle shape and it's wiggly. So 1. Some of them aren't perfect circles. They might be rods. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going with 20. They're all going to be similar. That's the idea. That's why we take 5 samples, 5 counts, and then we use that one count for the sample, the average of all those. 1, 2, 3, 4, Rod, 5. I think that's Rod. Yep. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I got 20 and 25. Hopefully I got that pretty close. Curious what you got. I mean, I feel like my eyes have to split and look in different directions. It seems impossible. Okay, and that's what our slide looked like. With our cover slip on it, it looks almost as clear as water because it's a very diluted sample. So let's add up, pick a number for each of the 5 sections, or take the average of how many counts you did, or we did, and then like find out what that average number is for each of the 5. And then we'll take the average of each of the 5, and that will be your count, your bacterial count for that particular dilution. I will send you the numbers for all 3, but I want you to see the process of how it's done. Thank you, Paloma, for being curious about bacteria and compost and learning how to count bacteria with me. Thank you from the We Compost 2 team.